Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're gonna do a quick unboxing of the Moto G4 and the Moto G4 Plus. Now these phones been out in some other countries for the last couple of months, but they'll just be available in the States starting July 12th. Now as far as the pricing, if you want the Moto G4, this one starts at $200 for the 16 gig version and $250 for the 32 gig version. If you want the G4 Plus, this one starts at $250 for the 16 gig version and $300 for the 64 gig version. So these are mid-range phones. Now y'all know I hate talking about specs, but since this is an unboxing video, let's go over the main specs that you need to know. And both of these phones are pretty similar, so I'll let you know where the specs differ. Now these are both unlocked phones. So if you're on a GSM or CDMA network, such as at&t, Sprint, Verizon, or T-Mobile, you good. They both feature a 5.5-inch IPS LCD display with a resolution of 1080 by 1920. That's 401 for the PPI Patrol. They both feature Corning Gorilla Glass 3, and they're both water resistant. Not waterproof, water resistant. They're both running Android Marshmallow, that's 6.0.1. They both have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 617 with the Adreno 405 chipset. Now here's where they differ. If you buy the G4, this comes in two different versions, the 16 gig and the 32 gig. Both of them have 2 gigs of RAM. If you buy the G4 Plus, if you get the 16 gig version, this one's gonna have 2 gigs of RAM. And if you get the 64 gig version, you're gonna get 4 gigs of RAM. They both have a microSD card slot for expandable memory up to 128 gigs. Now they also differ when it comes to the camera. On the G4, you got a 13 megapixel camera on the rear with the 5 megapixel camera on the front. On the G4 Plus, you got a 16 megapixel camera on the rear with phase detection and auto laser focus, and you have a 5 megapixel camera in the front. Now, on the G4 Plus, you do get a fingerprint sensor. You don't get one on the G4. They both have a non-removable 3000 milliamp battery that features turbocharge. And they're both customizable with the removable backs. You could go to our MOTO maker and customize your phone. All right. So let's pop these open real quick and see what they look like. We'll start with the G4. Okay, let's make sure we didn't miss anything. Same as the back of the box. All right, so inside you get your phone. This is going to be your turbocharging brick. And let's see if this is micro USB or USB-C. This is micro USB charging cable. And of course, your usual books and shit. All right, so we'll file all this stuff. And for the G4 Plus, let's see, did we miss anything? Same stuff we just went over. Remember, these are mid-range phones, so you're not expecting to get headphones and all that crazy stuff. Here's your turbocharged brick. Let's see if it's the same cable, micro USB charging cable, and of course, your usual books and shit. All right. First impressions. Now, this is my first time holding these. Super lightweight. Plastic body with a little bit of metal trim, but you could definitely feel the plastic frame. Let's see, on the G4, octa-core, 13 megapixel, 5 megapixel, 4G, 5.5-inch display. It is what it is. All right, let's see. Let's power these on real quick. All right, got to get this plastic out of here. Shout out to Motorola. There we go. Not the easiest plastic to remove. There we go. All right. And we'll power up the G4 Plus. Now, is it just me? Or is this, there we go. Plastic busting my balls tonight. Here we go. All right, so let's look around real quick on the G4. On one side, here's your power button that does have some texture to it. You got your volume up and down toggle, one complete button. 5 megapixel camera in the front. On the bottom, here's your micro USB charging slot. Nothing on the other side. Headphone jack on the top. 13 megapixel camera with your flash on the back. And this does come off. All right, non-removable battery, but go to MOTO Maker and get crazy with the back colors. Now here's where you're gonna put your nano SIM at and your micro USB card. Right in there, micro USB. I said micro USB. Oh, that's some new technology y'all not ready for yet. On the G4 Plus, now in the back, you got a 16 megapixel camera. Here's your laser autofocus and your phase detection. That's one of the differences. Here's your power button on one side with the ridges, volume up and down. All right, one button, no separation. On the front, here's your 5 megapixel camera. Now you do have a fingerprint sensor. On the bottom, here's your micro USB charging slot. On the other side, nothing. And let's pop off the battery on this one. Battery cover. Micro USB. Micro USB. All right, goes in right here, and your nano SIM. Okay. Now, let me just pause the video real quick. I'll throw my information in both of these, and we'll breeze through the OS. But right out of the box, I'm definitely feeling that 5.5-inch display. Y'all know I don't like nothing really smaller than 5.1 or 5.2. That might be pushing it. 5.5 inches, that's kind of the sweet spot for me. I would prefer 6, but I'm happy with 5.5. Super thin on both of these. They pretty much look identical. Pretty much look identical, except for the fingerprint sensor on the G4 Plus. All right, so let me pause the video real quick. We'll drop some information in, and we'll breeze through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so we back in. Now, I just put all my information in the phones. I've been playing around with them for a few minutes, and I gotta tell y'all, both of these phones, clean, smooth, and simple. All right, these are some nice trap phones right here. Now, let me show y'all some of the features. If you got your phone face down and you pick it up, you're gonna get your notifications. Works the same on both phones. You also have your chop feature. So if you shake the phone twice, that'll activate your flashlight. You get a little vibration. Shake it again, another vibration, deactivates the flashlight. Now, here's a dope feature right here. This is one of those World Star hip hop phones. Twist the phone, activate your camera. Just like that. So if you got your phone in your pocket and something is jumping off, as the phone is coming out of your pocket, all you gotta do is twist it and it'll activate your camera. Now, speaking of camera, let's do a quick couple of test shots. We'll start with the G4. Now look at that clarity. This looks nice. Let's see how that looks. I gotta put my little code in. Nice and clear on this. Look at that detail. Let's do a little test shot with the G4 Plus. Okay. Gotta put my little my little bootleg pattern in. Same thing. Really nice pictures on this. Now, I haven't played with all the camera settings yet. This is just point and shoot mode, but so far looks good. Clean, smooth, stock OS. Not too much bloatware. So far only seen one MOTO app, but it feels like using a Nexus. If y'all look closely, you've got the Star Trek communicator coming next week, the heavy hitter. You got your on-screen buttons. This is a good phone. Now, let's take it to YouTube real quick. We'll test the speakers. Let me play some music. One of my videos, and you can also see the display. Music sounds good though. Nice bright display. Now, I prefer the AMOLED displays, but you know, it is what it is. LCD looks good. For some reason, it still looks better than the G5 display. Still looks better. All right, so you got some nice smooth trap phones right here. Not gonna break your pocket. Now let's go to settings real quick and see if there's any differences with the settings. Okay, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, data usage more, display, sound and notifications, apps, storage, battery, memory, users, location, security, accounts, Google, language inputs, Motorola privacy, backup and reset, Moto ID, date, accessibility, printing, legal information, and about phone. All right, so no difference in the settings menu. So basically, the difference between these two phones is if you get the G4, you get 16 gigs or 32 gigs. If you get the G4 Plus, you can go all the way up to 64 gigs. Difference with the RAM, 2 gigs of RAM. If you get the 64 gig version, you're getting 4 gigs of RAM. You're also getting a better camera on the G4 Plus, 16 megapixels with laser autofocus and phase detection. And you're also getting that fingerprint sensor. So let's try out the fingerprint sensor real quick. Now, I've been playing with it. So far, works 100% of the time. On a scale of 1 to 10, these are a go. All right, if you're looking for a nice trap phone, and if y'all don't know what I mean by trap phone, I mean a nice, inexpensive smartphone with top-of-the-line specs. Not the top-of-the-line, but, you know, these are top-of-the-line trap phone specs. You can't go wrong with either one of these. Personally, I just, you know, spend that extra 50, get the G4 Plus, get that fingerprint sensor. That's important. Now, the cameras, they pretty much going to be about the same, a little bit better on the G4 Plus, but you're going to want that fingerprint sensor. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about these. Next week, I'll do a full review. I'll play with these for about a week straight. I'll try to rip them apart. We'll see what's good and what's not. We'll do a little water test. We'll dig it out. Anyway, shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces. Energize.